Hey guys, gonna make a little video here on how to catch a horse that's hard to catch. I got a Palomino under the tree, and then I got a bay horse out in the sunshine. The bay horse is 2 years old. At home, and the owner readily admits to this, there's no boundaries for the horse. The horse can run in and out of the barn however she wants, whenever she wants. She's always with buddies. She's never separated. So this horse, right off the bat, is very herd bound, very herd sweet, and she does not understand yet how to yield from pressure. She's very pushy, pushes into pressure. I worked with her yesterday, and that's how I know this. She's very herd bound, pushes into pressure a lot. One thing that I won't do, and I get asked a lot, well, how do I catch a horse in a big pasture? Well, one thing I'm not going to do is try to catch this horse out in that big pasture. That horse is going to run around. She's going to run away from me to seek relief. She's going to get her buddy running, and I'm going to be setting myself up for failure. So to set myself up for success, this little fence right here is a paddock. Inside all of the run-ins we have, or excuse me, inside of all of the pastures we have paddocks that have run-ins in them. So I'm going to get that horse in a smaller area so that I can. Hey, thanks for tuning in and watching this YouTube channel. If you're liking the videos that you're seeing, please like and subscribe this channel, and make sure to hit that little bell button so you don't miss out on any new videos coming out. Teach that horse manners, and I can teach that horse how to be caught, as opposed to trying to catch that horse in a big pasture. Even at my personal place at home, I have 2 big pastures that are 10 acres apiece, and in those 2 pastures in the corner, I have some temporary fencing set up so that if I do have a horse that's hard to catch, then I can make the area smaller. So the first thing I'm not going to do is go out there in a big pasture and try to catch that horse. I'm going to get that horse in a smaller pasture, set myself up and them up for success, so I'm not teaching them any more bad habits. So I'm going to go get that horse, bring him in the catch pen here, and then we'll work on catching her. All right, so I got the bay horse in here, and the way I got the bay horse in here is yellow horse is pretty easy to catch, so I caught yellow horse. I know bay horse is a bit herd sour, so I caught yeller, brought him in, and then the bay horse just kind of followed in and came inside the paddock. Notice this run-in has a window here, and there's a board that I got to tear down, because yesterday when I was catching this mare, this 2-year-old mare here, she tried jumping through that window. She was so herd bound, she realized that she was away from her herd. She saw me as a predator, and she tried actually coming out the window. So what I did for that was I just took my lead rope, and every time her head came out that window, I would swing that lead rope around, and I'd make it very uncomfortable for her to jump through the window. The last thing I need on any day of the week is a horse getting hung up in the window of a run-in. As you can see, I'm standing over here. Bay horse is standing over there by yellow horse. Bay horse has her butt towards me. That's not what I'm looking for. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a little bit of pressure. There she goes. I'm going to add a little bit of pressure. Oh, that looks nice. Anytime she looks at me, I'm going to retreat, or I'm going to, at least shift my weight back, add some release to her thinking about me. I'm going to walk up to her. I'm not going to walk up to her nose. I'm probably going to walk up to her withers. So one way a lot of people go to catch their horses is they walk up to the horse's nose. They walk right at that horse's nose. They got their halter, and boy, they're going to go catch that horse. Ooh, well, that horse don't want to be caught. And then they might walk up to the nose, and they might, oh, see, I could have gotten kicked there. And as I'm walking towards her, then she's running away from me. So I'm kind of teaching her to run away from me, as opposed to what I'm doing right now. Anytime I get her attention, I'll retreat. I lost her attention, so I'm not going to get too close to getting kicked, but I might add a little bit of pressure towards her butt. I'm going to keep adding some pressure towards that butt. Anytime she's looking out, I'm going to add pressure. When she's looking at me, I'll retreat. That's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for her to kind of disassociate with her herd and start thinking back towards me. Now, from this angle, that was a really good choice right there. From that angle, I would have walked up to her withers. From this angle, I might just kind of keep my feet still and let her sniff my hand. Sniffs my hand, then I can probably rub on her. And then to get around to the other side, I might rub my way around the other side. Don't walk straight up to their nose. Try to maybe walk towards their hips, or maybe try to play with that drive line, so as you walk up to them broadside, that if they go to back up, I can shift this way puts me behind the drive line, stop their backwards motion. And if they try to go forward, well, then maybe I can step to my right, get in front of that drive line and stop that forward motion. She's over there with yellow. They're kind of nosing each other. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do something to get Bay's attention on me, whether I kick some dirt, pat my leg, something. Say, hey, leave yellow alone and start paying attention to me. I'm gonna kind of walk at an angle, staying out of the kick zone, staying far enough away that I don't get kicked. And I might come up here, wiggle my lead rope a little bit, make some noise and some commotion. Step in front of the drive line here, step in front of the drive line here. And now I have her attention, now I can retreat. Now I can bring her nose towards me. The halter don't fit on the butt, so the butt's got to be away from me. Halter fits on the head. If I get the butt away from me, then the head's going to come towards me. And then we can just play with rubbing back to the withers, and then I'm in that position to put the halter on. So some key takeaway facts is when you got a hard to catch horse, build a paddock, build a trap pen, build something, catch pen, whatever you want to call it, to make that area smaller so you can set your horse up for success. If the horse is paying attention to the outside world and not paying attention to you, then do something. Kick some dirt, toss a pebble at him, cough, jingle your spurs, toss a lead rope at him, do something to get their attention back on you. Some horses are so sensitive and they're right on that edge of that flight line that tossing a lead rope out to them might booger them enough that they might go over a fence to be with their buddy because you just scared them over the fence. So sometimes doing just little things is enough to get their attention on you. This horse compared to yesterday, I should have filmed yesterday, but I was in the heat of the moment. This horse compared to yesterday was way, way, way better today. So just keep their attention on you. Anytime that attention comes on you, then you retreat. You become the good spot and you make the wrong thing difficult, which is by paying attention to their buddies and wanting to be with their buddies. Make that difficult, and then anytime they pay attention to you, anytime they want to kind of be drawn towards you, then you retreat, take that pressure off, and prove to them that you are the sweet spot, that they want to be with you, not with their buddies. So that's a little bit on catching a hard to catch horse.